The Marvel Cinematic Universe has drawn a lot of inspiration from the street-level component of Marvel's comics' criminal operations. Some of the biggest and most important characters have made it to the big and small screens, presenting enormous problems for Earth's strongest heroes. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, street-level villains are common. Here are the top 10 most powerful of them. Before we get further, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Okay, let's get to it. At number 10, Klaue. Ulysses Klaue is an honest businessman to discover Wakanda and started stealing vibranium to sell for enormous amounts of money. He's one of the underworld's most powerful salesmen. While his combat skills improved thanks to a sonic hand blaster that he obtained after losing a limb to Ultron, the character's clout and criminal organization allow him to operate with a great deal of safety. At number 9, Kingpin. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Kingpin's presence in Hawkeye is possibly the most thrilling. Few characters have the weight that's all this character does. He's both harsh and calculated, which makes him have a dangerous mix. Wilson Fisk has spent the latter part of his career as the pinnacle of New York's criminal hierarchy. Kingpin, believing he has the best interests of his beloved city at heart, combines his formidable size with enormous wallet and corrupting influence to emerge as a significant danger. At number 8, Cottonmouth. Netflix's Luke Cage is possibly one of the best Marvel TV shows. There's still a chance that some of his characters, as well as those from other Marvel TV projects, will return to the MCU. Cottonmouth would have been one of them, if he hadn't died. He was the criminal lord of his neighborhood, operating out of his club, which served as his command center. Cottonmouth knew his way to manipulate people with both money and power. He could fight his way out of the confrontation, but he also had unbridled anger that caught his targets off guard. It's a shame the character didn't have more time to grow. At number 7, Roxxon. The Roxxon Corporation's made several appearances in the MCU. Roxxon's been a cause of concern on all levels, whether Agent Carter's dealing with an early iteration of the organization or Cloak and Dagger are revealing their origins to their commercial dealings. Even Loki has shown that the business will continue in the future, thanks to the group's growing web of influence. Although it's unknown whether this could lead, the unethical transactions of these executives will undoubtedly influence people's daily lives. At number 6, Mariah Dillard. Mariah Dillard inherited Cottonmouth's empire and rebuilt it in her image. Dillard became a very visible character because of her possible political interests, as well as her criminal ones. Dillard may have died while attempting to balance her collapsing system, but she had already made Luke Cage's life tough. She had an entire army at her disposal at one point, made up of people who were dedicated to her cause on the streets. Number 5, Crossbones. Crossbones has received advanced military training and has faced off against legends such as Captain America. However, Brock Rumlow's crimes have left him scarred, and he now wears the Crossbones costume to both disguise and protect himself in a fight. The character's armored upgrade makes him even more lethal, but no one knows how many small-scale missions he completed before Scarlet Witch beat him up, and more. Although the character appears to be a much larger threat, many of his actions were carried out on the street. Number 4, Bullseye. Bullseye's incarnation in Daredevil is referred to as Benjamin Poindexter. The character was left on a cliffhanger in the series, and it's uncertain where he'll go next. Given his ties to Kingpin, a return to the MCU might be appropriate. Bullseye has all the tools needed to be a hired shot, with exceptional training, quick reflexes, and unrivaled aim. Poindexter, as depicted in the comics, serves several crime lords, and if he so desires, he could terrify the city, and no one will be able to stop him. Because of his unusual abilities, the character is one of the best. Number 3, U.S. Agent. U.S. Agent imagined himself to be a superhero on pace with the Avengers. His military training, on the other hand, was insufficient to prepare him for his new role as Captain America. John Walker became U.S. Agent as his own beliefs became corrupted and the super soldier serum distorted his psyche. It's unknown what he'll do next, but it appears that he prefers to stay on the ground level, dealing with issues that affect the community rather than the cosmic threats. Of course, his twisted approach makes him an anti-hero at best and a criminal at worst, but he'll certainly keep falling. At number 2, the Vulture. The Vulture is a very small fish in a very large pond. After Tony Stark ruined his life, he proved to be one of Spider-Man's formidable opponents because of the ideology that drove his criminal career. The Vulture suit on its own was a disaster. Adrian Toomes, on the other hand, was a brilliant criminal who knew how to carry out large-scale robberies to sell the goods on the black market. He thrived on these secret negotiations, making the most of the superhero universe he found himself in. And at number 1, Ghost. Eva Starr is one of the few street-level villains with superpowers, and S.H.I.E.L.D. made extensive use of her abilities. Her beginnings may appear strange, but the way she uses the moves resulted in commercial espionage, minor criminality, and sabotage. Given that her gifts aren't going to kill her, she might as well be turning over a new leaf. However, the character's earlier actions may have a selfish ambition that may influence her into the future, now that she is out on the streets causing havoc. Her complexity makes her enthralling to see. Well guys, that's it for this one. What did you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified of our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.